I do.
Welcome back, Saturday Sports Talk. Kevin Hastings and Chip Carter and Thompson Stefani, Terry Reinhart. JP's in there working on doing his ab work, pressing all the commercials, right, JP?
Breathing exercises.
NFL rules changes time, guys. Rule changes.
Oh, yeah, I like it. No tush push.
They're getting rid of the tush
The Packers, well, not official. The Packers have proposed to ban it, prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who is lined up directly behind the snapper and receives the snap immediately at the snap. So that was the Packers' proposal.
So you could push somebody else in, just not the quarterback on the tush push.
Correct.
Okay.
So they kind of want to keep it to where you can assist the runner.
Why don't we just go back to what it was and nobody be able to push the runner? Or is it just hard to enforce it when you're in a bunch?
I don't know.
No, it's like, say that a guy has a toss play.
Yeah.
And then he runs around for about 10 yards and then he's met. You could still go up and push him in the back. Yeah. You see what I mean?
Right. But I'm saying it didn't used to be when you were the ball carrier, they didn't you couldn't
you
push
couldn't physically assist.
So why did that change, or why don't we just go back to that? Or is
I'm fine with it.
Or is it hard to enforce it when you get into a crowd of people you don't know if they're pushing the player, blocking somebody?
Right. Correct. Like I just whatever they want to do. I don't know about directly. However, the Packers worded it basically just don't push the quarterback. Whoever gets the snap.
Well, I think it all comes back to when Washington was playing Philadelphia and all the things that Washington tried.
Yeah,
I think that's where it all come back to, because Washington was determined that was not going to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a kid jumping over a whole line to try to meet the quarterback in the backfield. I
just don't think. I think it is too much of an advantage to just get all that leverage and push
it
from
is
behind. You can't block the guy who's pushing. I mean, I just don't like the play.
So the Eagles proposed to make the regular season and postseason overtime rules the same.
Agreed.
Basically. So there's no difference between the two.
Agreed.
I mean, why should a team lose a game when they never had a chance to get the ball?
In overtime, I agree.
I agree.
All right, now the most important rule to me, maybe, hopefully, in the history of football, maybe changing. For the love of God, eliminate the automatic first down penalty on defensive holding and illegal contact.
Yeah, especially if it's like
it can be 4th and 35, and the receiver accidentally run into a safety 5 yard or 10 yard, 7 yards down the field, and they give them a first down.
Yeah,
give them the yardage and play the down.
Mm-hmm.
The automatic first down thing is the most ridiculous thing for me. Unless it's a personal foul, you kick someone in the face.
The only thing I would say, if it's illegal contact, you're going to get rid of the first down. I'm fine with that. Make it a 10-yard penalty. I'm fine with it being a 10-yard, like it is an offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. So make it a defensive holding, a 10-yard penalty, replay the down.
Well, I almost wish offensive holding would be a 5-yard penalty instead of a 10-yard penalty.
Oh, no, Chip, no.
It
would be out of control.
Really?
What that would lead, so this, as far as I'm hoping, is that it will lead to them calling and doing a better job on the pass interference stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get back to the actual rule book of it and not just making it up as they go, because they just make it up as they go now, and it's aggravating as all get out. And this right here, to me as a DB, it's just you can't give them a first down. I'm from the now remember, I played where you could touch the receivers until the ball was thrown by the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So until the ball was in the air,
yep.
It's football. Just like basketball, like you're going down the court, we're touching, we're boxing out, we can touch each other. That is what I like. So that, to me, by giving someone a first down by hand, that's basically hand checking, right, Terry? You're giving people first down, hand checking down the field,
right,
and the ball's not even in the air. Once the ball's in the air, it's pass interference anyway. So just call the pass interference. So that's this one right here. I do hope they do something with this one. This one kind of has always drove me crazy. The other two, kind of nitpicky, whatever. I'm not that. I don't care that much about it. I'm kind of passionate about this one. It just changes a lot.
I hate the tush push. I hate it. And I hate the overtime rule that doesn't give. I mean, why should I lose a game where I didn't even get the ball?
Give me the opportunity at least.
Got you.
Yep.
Got you.
We're Giants fans, Kevin. We're Giants fans now.
Why is that? Because Russell Wilson?
No, their quarterback.
Could be
wrong signing.
Oh, is Jameis going to
Jameis is a Giant now.
Could be.
Well, there you go. Russell is too. Is he Russell? Gonna
No,
sign?
Russ didn't sign. It's right now. It's Jameis and DeVito, and
Well-
they're looking. There's talk about Shador going to them at number 3.
Well, Rodgers is probably going to Pittsburgh. It's
Yes,
looking
so
like.
that's what that looks like.
Here's a defensive holding illegal contact penalties. Detroit proposed the rule change, and they led the league in it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, shocker. Where do you think Russell goes? Let's say Rodgers goes to Aaron goes to Steelers. Where does Russ go at this point?
He visited Cleveland,
No.
but I don't think after they paid Myles Garrett and they're still paying.
Yeah.
Did I hear right that they were able to get it 1 year out, 1 year shorter on Winston's contract? I thought I heard that. I have to double check that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But that's.
Wouldn't
really,
you be mad if you was the Steelers and Rodgers, pushed you off this whole time, and then that he wants to come meet with you during March Madness?
Did you hear Cam Hayward?
March Madness.
Yeah, Cam Hayward was basically like, "Look, if you want to be with us, fine. Make your decision."
So he wanted to be with the Vikings. McCarthy has some type of an injury setback. If they were just trying to decide if they were going to keep him or not, they've tried to go with him, and then Rodgers now is kind of in no man's land on that. So I don't know about the Jameis, what the Giants are going to do if they're bringing in Jameis. Maybe they are thinking about drafting one of the other quarterbacks. So I'm guessing.
It's funny though that you mentioned Rodgers, and I know I saw a little tweet this past week of this is a guy who was in the top 10 in quarterbacks, top 10 pass, top 10 touchdowns, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now nobody wants him.
Yeah. He is falling.
Because of what he did at the Jets, man. Look what happened when he got there. Look what a mess he made.
I think he's got.
Colts brought in Daniel Jones to compete with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Who did the Raiders bring in? Oh, Geno.
That's right.
Yeah, Cooper Rush went to the Baltimore Ravens. Now we don't have a backup in Dallas.
We were talking about quarterbacks at work this week, and somebody made me think of you, Kevin. They were like, who was going where and whatever, and somebody was like, just doesn't seem like there's that many good quarterbacks in the league right now. And I'm like, my guy I work with on Saturdays would agree with you. So he probably has about a handful he would trust to win a Super Bowl right now.
Now the Browns did restructure the contract. The cap hit $72.9 million cap hit. Man, that's just,
golly.
But they did restructure it to make it a little bit.
Did Stafford stay?
easier.
Yes,
He resigned.
Yes, he did
Stafford
resign.
did
He
Okay,
stayed.
I just wanna
Because
make
he
sure
was
that-
talking about going to Cleveland, and
I still don't see why I thought San Francisco might do something with Rodgers. To be honest, and
And I think they like Purdy.
But- well,
Saves them a lot of money.
that's it right, Terry. Speaking of saving a lot of money, you did leave last week. How about you think the
Yes.
Cowboys restructuring deals for cap space and then not spending the cap space and now putting that money into next year's cap?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That $50 million is
I like
is
what,
wasted by not doing anything with it. Is what I'm saying, and with Dak.
but we are able to re-sign a lot of our guys right now, and I like that part of it. I mean, Dallas is you go
signed a
in
long
they're
snapper,
free.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations on your 2-year, $4 million long snapper.
Well, and with Turpin, we got him back. I mean, we got money now to get guys back that
you're
we
not
need.
going to spend the money. We've been over this.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're not. But we're getting guys back that we need. I mean, I will say
Terry,
that.
will the Dallas Cowboys be in the Super Bowl in 2026?
Michael Parsons said yes.
No, I didn't care what Micah said. I asked
Well,
you,
Terry,
not
what's
Michael
your
Parsons.
thoughts? Yeah.
Will the Dallas Cowboys? Will you go on the record right now?
I can't say that because
Okay.
now we don't have a
That's a-
backup.
At least he's
that's-
coming back to reality.
Yeah,
a little
that-
bit.
that's
We don't
about-
have.
He's
I mean,
actually- he's
we-
actually coming.
we
we
talked
let
about this last
Cooper
week.
Rush of all people, and a lot of people say, "Well, you don't need him; he's a backup quarterback." But he succeeded when he had to come in. He took care of the team. Now, what do you got? You got Greer, and you still got Lance. Come on, get real. Get
Well,
rid of Lance. You don't need him.
Ensuring our success is the signing of the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at this.
You got to have somebody because
Well, yeah.
how many times has Dak been hurt?
The biggest hurdle for y'all right now is your owner / GM / president. He quote unquote freed up a ton of money that all he's doing is kicking it down the road. It's going to hurt your cap space in future
yeah.
years for nothing. All he did
But
it
he'll
for,
be dead.
but all he did it for was his profit margin
Yeah.
this year.
I mean-
Because if you're not going to use the cap space to sign this, Kevin made this point last week after you left. If you're not going to use the cap space to sign the free agents, to sign people this year, you're wasting the money. There's no sense in deferring it.
That's what I'm
But
All
saying.
it's
you're doing is hurting
funny.
yourself later.
But it's funny how players who have left Dallas, Devontae Fowlers,
Dexter
that went,
Lawrence.
that went over there, now's come back. I'm gonna tell you something about Dexter Lawrence that makes me mad. He got on
He
there.
told the truth.
Well, no. So he told the truth, but he's the guy who come in the NFL about the same time that Seattle was in their last Super Bowls. So you've transferred to go to Seattle, and you talking about, well, y'all ain't gonna win the Super Bowl. Well, you know what? You're not neither.
But the fact that it said
They
says,
lost everybody up there. They lost their quarterback. They lost both of their wide receivers. They lost everybody. But they did sign Cup. But he's nowhere near the wide receivers that Lockett and Metcalf were.
Yeah.
And both of them are gone.
yeah.
All right, Tom, where you at right now on who you want to be the quarterback next year?
Well, I mean, I hear anything's better than what we got now. I mean, Kenny Pickett, does he really have a chance to start? I would say no. I mean, I was actually Russell Wilson would be an upgrade to anything we had. I know Stafford's out. I guess what the big surprise was is what's the guy in Atlanta, Cousins, that they're going to go ahead and eat his $10 million bonus. So now you got to trade for him. You can't they're not going to cut him, and you can get him super cheap on the vet minimum. Right. So that kind of is like, whoa, we expected something different.
That tells me they're not 100% sold on Michael Penix. That tells me that they still.
Or Chip, they think we can get something for him in the trade.
Maybe.
We can get something for him. I don't know how much you can get for him. I mean, I'm not an expert on that, but that kind of screwed us up because we thought this was going to be open and shut.
So what I'm hoping for is that whatever the quarterback situation with the Browns is that halfway through the season it makes Tom miss Jameis Winston. That's my goal for next year.
I know, right?
I will never miss Jameis Winston.
So